Hello everyone, welcome to our special series where we talk to distinguished professionals about their financial planning journey. Today, fortunately, we have two individuals. One of them is a decorated Air Force officer, and another is a professional who has been working into a social sector, especially into the development sector. And we are going to explore how financial planning actually helped them to move from the uncertainty of life to the confident life, where they are now able to again go back and move into the uncharted territories, explore their passions because they have a well planned personal finances with them. So, welcome Priyanka, welcome Nitish.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So, Priyanka, we would like to start with you. If you can explain how has been your journey, especially through a very different but a very prolific career in Air Force. So, over to you.
So I was serving in Air Force, Indian Air Force from 2014 to 2024. I was there as a short service commission officer and retired in June 24. After that, I have settled in Pune as of now, and I have taken a break and I am looking after my health these days.
Fabulous. Another good and a different career, Nitish, you have had. So you are working in a social sector where you are trying to improve the society. And how has that been your calling for so many years?
So I think it started with my school. From schooling itself, it started, and because of the school, I feel ki this is something I should try as my passion, as my career. And then actually am. I feel I privileged in terms of that, and I got opportunities in terms of different organizations, in terms of actually different geographical locations also. And from there, actually, I got a good experience of different sectors working with the communities within different domains. Let's say it can be women empowerment, it can be gender, it can be mental health for now. So yeah, it's a in a sense challenging but as well as exciting journey for me. So yeah, I'm now staying in Pune with Priyanka.
No, that's superb, I think. But at the same time, although you both have been trying very different careers, very different paths, have been charting your own territories, at the same time, I'm very sure finances are a core piece in all of our lives. So, what has been your journey, especially Priyanka and then Nitish, definitely, of how do you look at finances? How have you been looking at finances for last decade at least? What has been that outlook for the personal finance, especially?
So for me, there was no time when after college especially that there is usually a break that you are searching for job or you are trying to establish yourself for business, but for me it never happened that way. The moment I finished my college, I was into Indian Air Force, so directly started earning, and since then I didn't know what to do with this money. And I think money is one matter which has to be sorted to have your life sorted, I think. So I look at it that way. And if money or finances or that part is sorted, then you can look after your rest of the goals, or you can go ahead with rest of the goals, and you will have better perspective. So that part is taken care. I look at it that way.
Sure. And for you, Nitish?
Uh, what I should tell. I think, like Priyanka mentioned, for me, the financial journey actually started very recently, I would say, because I have chosen this particular career path. And I think many of us also know ki because social development sector is not such a way, it's not a domain where you will get lot of money in terms of salary or in terms of any other benefits. But because this is my passion, because this is my career, uh, I never regretted ki I'm not getting any kind of a money or getting enough salary. When I say enough, it is always comparative. In, let's say, my friends who are, let's say, engineers or doctors who are earning well in a societal norms. So for me, I think finances are very important. Especially now, I feel this is also important because of this, many times people might not go towards different kinds of career paths. People just feel ki there are only specific career paths where you can earn money. So I think in right now development sector also you can get sufficient money. I think that confidence really I got over these kinds of years. And for me, finances are like Priyanka also mentioned. I want to reiterate that finances are something which gives you confidence to, I think, achieve your dreams, or you can actually then start dreaming about what else you can do, or even different kinds of decisions in your career can be taken because of the finances. If you have some kind of a financial backing or some kind of a confidence in terms of finances, then you can take challenging decisions, or you can actually go beyond your comfort zone. That's my kind of, you can say, way of looking towards finances.
No, absolutely correct. I think both of you, if I can just summarize that, the outlook of the finances looks like if it is sorted, then you are able to jump. Then you are able to take something which is on uncharted territory. You are able to follow your passions and all of those things. And I think, as you also mentioned, that some of us are really, really privileged to do that. But I think the world will be much better if all of us have that kind of a comfort wherein we are able to follow our dreams. And that is where basically I think financial planning or that kind of a service comes into picture. And so I think naturally I'm very sure you would have gotten into financial planning. And how has been that journey, or what made that decision kind of a what you can say, a decision which came through to your mind that you need to get a financial planning and advice so that you are able to follow through your dreams?
I would start, and maybe you can add. Actually, maybe not directly financial planning, but when we were discussing about our own relationships and how to go ahead with it, our own life goals, what we want to achieve as a team, in a sense, in life. I think at that time only we started discussing about these things. Uh, what basically money brings in our own lives as a person, and as a togetherness. So that is, I personally feel, is a starting point where we started thinking about it, discussing about it, why we need money, what are the needs, what are the things we really want to achieve in our lives, and really if money can fulfill that thing, or there are any other things. I think that was maybe the starting point. And we also discussed many times, especially because I am in this particular specific profession where it's very uncertain in terms of getting specific salary. I don't know, because most of the programs are dependent on some kind of a grants. If the grants are coming, then only the programs are running. So these decisions or these discussions were also happening between us. I think that was also a good triggering point where we realized ki, yes, it is uncertain, but still we can plan that in a better way, and rather because it's uncertain we should plan that. I think that was the main logic behind that. And after that, I think the main discussion started when my Priyanka was getting retired. I think that journey maybe you can also tell how we went from that.
So actually, when I decided that I'm going to leave Indian Air Force after 10 years of service, and that decision was going to finalization. So yes, of course, finances are always involved if any particular profession you are leaving and going to new one. So for short service commission officer, I would add that it is very important where uh, the officer is not going to get any pension, but yes, a huge amount which is going to come back to you at the end of service, and which requires a lot of effort to invest it properly, or at least have some planning for it. If it is not done, then it is just lying, or it is just wasted. There is no point having that huge amount right now. So I think that was a major part where I would say financial planning came into my mind. And obviously, like you said, Nitish, that since the time we have been talking, we have been asking each other that how money comes into your mind and how do you look at it. So I think both the parts, talking from our relationship to this time where I was getting released from the service. So I think for short service commission officer, where I don't know what I'm going to do next, and that uncertainty. So and Nitish's profession, where he's also uncertain about profession and don't know what is going to happen next. I think it is best that we know what do we have in hand and what we can do about it. So that makes more stable. I think looking at the goals and seeing everything on the paper or maybe in front of us, we can have our plans sorted. We can plan our trips the way we want because we both are travelers. So I think that made us more conscious about it, that we have to make this choice and go for the planning.
No, superbly said. I think, as you both mentioned, that uncertainty to confidence is what typically every planning does. Like all of us plan some things because we want to move from uncertainty to a confidence. Of course, all of us know that 100% something may not be achieved, but a plan on the paper is always a better than having no plan at all. Matlab, definitely. I think but critically, what I could understand from your journey is that you needed a professional financial advisor, because most of us also sometimes rely on trying to gain your own knowledge, trying to do some things on your own, and then think that why do I need a professional assistance? But what triggered you to get to that professional advisor kind of a mindset?
So one part, just to add to the earlier thing, also earlier question maybe, ki I think we were very clear in terms of uh, we don't want to just run behind the money. Maybe we just don't want to earn money just for the sake of earning it and just for the sake of spending a lot of money.
Mm.
Uh, Fortunately, I think again that kind of lifestyles are also matching between both of us. So that was one part, and another part, like in this particular question, what we realize both of us is about money or about doing some kind of a research behind that is not something which we really enjoy. So to be very frank, so I think that one part is, of course, that triggers ki, okay, if we are not doing research, then we should go to somebody who actually has done a lot of research already. And a very basic example is like, if I'm getting a fever, then I should go to doctor rather than just doing the kind of home remedies. There is, of course, there is a limit towards that also. Ki you can definitely do some kind of home remedies, but after a particular point, you should go to a professional who is there. And fortunately, I think we got opportunity to connect with the professional services, because earlier we were not at all clear ki who are these people, or these people exist in a sense. Because we always thought ki yes, there are, let's say, brokers are available, there are banks are available, so all these different institutions are there that we know. But how to approach that, because most of the times these bigger institutions are inaccessible. We didn't anytime felt like, yaar, ki can we go there. uh, we really don't have a confidence ki if we go to a bank and then they will also ask us the typical questions ki, okay, can we help you and all these things. Because that, I think, is also one way where that got triggered ki yes, if there are professional services available, we should really think of it, and then actually we approached for the professional services. To add anything?
I think it was for me, it was a life changing moment in terms of emotions, in terms of practical life, the place itself, the salary is going to stop. That's a very basic thing. So I think I should know that what is going to happen after this. I think, and uh, this particular question, that what will happen after the retirement date, used to bug me a lot, and that got me here, that it is better that I speak to someone who knows it uh, best, and who can tell me as an outsider, who will not judge me, who will not tell me that you have to cut short your trips, you have to cut short your goals, who will not tell me that, but still tell me the reality, that yes, you can go for these 3 goals, you can go for these 5 goals, but yes, you have to check points these particular things while planning your international trip or while planning your domestic trips also. So I wanted that honest opinion rather than having something between us where we are discussing, we are doing Google and searching for something and we'll find the answers. So that would not help. And we have been doing that for past, I think, 2-3 years, and it was not so much of help. So I thought that it's better to go to such professional where I will get the honest answer and transparent answer rather than having something in the gray.
And I think one part is also actually we tried that. I think we should also
Yeah.
discuss that we tried doing that
Mm.
by us only, our own in a sense. We took some decisions. We even started some kind of a investment thing, but actually the problem was systematicness of it, or the problem was also it was very haphazard in a way, or it was very ad hoc. We kind of there was some news. These are the things. Oh, now it will go up and all, and then of course it was having a lot of influence on us because we were very new to this particular field. So there was some influencer who tells this kind of a thing, there was some news agency who will tell you something around it. So that actually was also, we started with that, and then we realized, no, yaar, this is not something we should be doing, because this is actually not giving us any kind of confidence, at the same time any kinds of gains also. Maybe there must be some kind of a percentage gain in terms of money, but it was not at all giving us any confidence or any planning for the future which we really wanted from this particular money wala point.
No, absolutely. As you both mentioned, I think it is very relevant, and it is very, you can say, all of us need to understand this, that finances itself is a very complex subject. Whenever we are going through our own jobs, our own careers, putting that much energy in trying to learn finances, then implement it from an outsider's view, which you actually accurately explained, because many a times we are very biased towards our own decisions, and we want to make sure that those decisions are right, even if they might not be right in some cases. And at that time, an unbiased advisor who is looking at it professionally absolutely helps in getting that clarity, in getting that confidence, so that we are clear that some things are possible, some things may not be possible, but at least there is a path towards getting all of those things at a right place. But I think now let's dive into your financial planning journey. Okay, how was that experience? You came on board with Spring Money. You saw the financial advisor. You had a calls with them. You entered the huge amount of data, and after that you received that plan. So what has been your experience of that entire journey, and how was it?
Yeah.
Maybe Priyanka, you can start. Yeah.
She was the main driver for that whole
Yes,
journey.
yes, yes,
I would say,
absolutely.
so I think you can start.
Yeah.
So yeah, I decided to make it a point that it is our anniversary gift, and we started the journey. I think this could have been the best gift in our lifetime that we would give to each other. So the journey started. It was a month-long process. Initially, with a huge Excel file, we were bombarded that you have to fill this, that, everything, and thankfully we were kind of ready for it, that yes, we are going to be bombarded with these sheets, and we should fill the data, because ultimately it's a number game, and though results will come out as a separate thing, but initially it will begin with numbers. So because in from the time me and Nitish we are living together, we have been tracking ourselves that yes, emotionally definitely we stick to each other, but how do we look each other into finances, or how does our year look like, what did we do in last year? So we have been doing that multiple times. I mean, for last 3 years definitely we have done that. So we had some data ready, so it was in a way easy for me to fill the sheets, and definitely it's a Herculean task, but yeah, it's one time thing, and I think that gave me I mean, the data was ready, and it gave me wholesome impact that yes, it is ready and we are through with it. I think though we were on board Spring Money, we were doing more work than Spring Money initially for 2 weeks, and that's required. That's definitely required, because that is going to give results to us only. So like in the school you do more effort than your teacher, so that way it was looking like. I was initially frustrated that why am I doing so much work when I have hired a professional, but then it is your own journey, they are just going to narrate the story. So that it was looking like in first 2 weeks. Further, we went to third and fourth sessions. It was total of 4 sessions. So for second session, look like this data exchanging and understanding the data, understanding our lifestyle more. That was really nice. That nobody would hamper on us that no, you have to change your lifestyle. This can't go on, and you can't live with this money or this is insufficient. That statement never came out, because I was always of the opinion that you don't have to change anything. You have to tell me that what can happen in this particular figure. So I was really happy about it in first 2 weeks. Third and fourth week was a really interesting part where Spring Money was acting more, and we were listeners on this side, where Spring Money were getting, they were getting more of the results, that what we will be doing, how execution will go, how what has to be executed, when it can be executed. So these were the, and maybe the exact products which were required at that time. So third and fourth session went into that, and really I would tell you, the day fourth session happened, and uh, like I had decided a deadline that this execution, because in our plan we had taken execution with us rather than going it with Spring Money. So like it got over, and I told myself and Nitish also that we are executing this within next 15 days. It is the best time, and we should do it. We should not delay it more. Otherwise, there is no point doing planning. What is the point if I do so much of plan and don't execute it? There is no point. So I would say that we are really lucky to have this plan and executed this. So like that, after a month, really we slept well. That that yeah, everything is sorted and we can go for our some 5 to 6 goals for next year, and we have our 5 years plan ready with us, and how to look for next 5 years also, that is also ready. So we will come back, I think, after 10 years that what to do next. Definitely.
No, really, that's a fabulous narration, I think, of your experience. Anything that you would like to add, Nitish?
Just quick 2 3 points. One was really by that I think Excel sheet actually, of course, like Priyanka also mentioned, it was a of course long Excel sheet,
Yeah.
but we really felt it was very needed, very important,
Mhm.
because fortunately before that we started our own Excel sheet where we were just we started our expenses and basic kind of a stuff. So of
Mhm.
course it helped us to feel that particular Excel sheet or whatever the format, of course, came from the Spring Money to feed,
Mhm.
and actually that gave us that particular feeling that this is our journey. I think little bit of different opinion, but sometimes what happens ki I am a person where I want to be in that particular driver's seat because it's my finances, it's our finances. So we should be in charge of our finances rather than somebody else.
Mhm.
And especially I think in our current age, in our current future goals, we really definitely want to be part of that whole journey rather than just giving some kind of a key, lay low and kar lo. I think it's rather better. So I think that whole journey helped us to get that confidence ki yes, this is our journey and we are the one if we are taking the ownership, then only this will happen.
Yeah.
I think that is also a good feeling, because otherwise what will happen ki if everything is done by somebody, then I don't know for others, but we might not felt like ki, oh,
Connected.
this is our journey and we should be doing that. And like Priyanka mentioned, uh, I would say ki that was a great kind of push from her also. Ki yes, now we have to implement that thing.
You got involved.
Yeah, we got, because of involvement, I think the implementation got really easy.
That's correct.
And then another small, but I think it's an important part was
Hmm.
there was no any specific push for any specific investment or specific companies or this only you need to do or that.
Hmm.
There were many options, and the best part was also a specific information or knowledge kind of a transfer from the team, Spring Money team, to us ki why these options are important,
Hmm.
why these only options we are giving, not rather another option.
Hmm.
And because actually I remember still in almost one or first 2 or 3 calls, we actually specifically asked these questions to the financial advisor ki why you are giving this specific advice to us, why you are giving this specific companies, let's say, investment kind of advice to us. Then they suggested ki this is the reason, this is the logic. I think this transparency is very important because this was very transparent plan, and that's why we felt ki, oh, now yeah, that's why this is our plan and this is not something sponsored or that kind of a thing. Yeah, that's the only thing.
No, but fabulously explained. I think if I want to just highlight data entry, although it feels very, very time consuming, it makes this planning a comprehensive planning. Second point, as you mentioned, you need to be involved because ultimately it's our life. The moment you are involved, the more passionate you are, the more it pushes you to get it implemented. And the third point, as you rightly said, this is a completely unbiased practice. So because there are no commissions involved, so definitely the advisor is looking only after your financial well-being and trying to explain you every rationale, because all the things in finances or in medical also, as we say for a doctor, if a doctor is able to explain why that particular thing is happening and what is the cure, we always trust that doctor. And that transparency definitely all of these financial advisors that we have on the panel try to do with you, definitely. So fantastic, very nice to see your experience, how somehow we have been able to part of your journey, and we would love to be part of this journey for a elongated time. But at the same time, I am very sure you would be coming across so many people like you, someone who is trying to get out of Air Force, someone who is working in a social sector, but is worried about the uncertainties basically that we all have in our life. What would be your advice for these people when they look at money, when they look at finances, when they look at honestly a life also, because money is a very critical part of all of our lives? What would you say to those people in our audiences?
I will say every short service commission officer who know that uh, maybe few know that what is going to happen next, few don't know what is going to happen next. So I think for both of them, it would be best to have this kind of a stepping stone where they can make their financial plans ready, transparent in front of them, so that to take next jump. So for them, it is going to really help. Like for me, as a couple also and as an individual also, it has helped a lot that we have gone into our next stage of life, and it has got transferred really well. The finances are sorted, so everything further has started, and we are very focused into our rest of the life. That is more important. So I would say, as an Indian Air Force officer or short service commission officer, I would say it is 10 years or 14 years, irrespective of that. The At that point, finance has taken care is very important, because every officer who is getting out of service is getting huge amount in hand and don't know what to do about it. So anything can go wrong. It is better to have a right time, right advice at that moment, so as to go for further adventures and can take on any other goals ahead. So I think that is the best thing which has happened to me in last 8 months, I would say, and which is helping me to pursue my further goals as well.
Yeah. I think for me, though, I was actually thinking there has to be some kind of a myth busting also around the financial planning, because when I'm seeing my own kind of a domain, or in a sense career journey, many times everybody feels ki, oh, I don't have that much of money, so why I should be doing the planning? It's just like this kind of a money I have, I should be just keeping that money into the saving account, and whenever it is needed I will just take out the money and do the expenses whatever is required. I think that myth busting part is also very important here. Ki it's not about the volume, or it's not about the number. How whatever the number is, you should be doing the planning about it, so that you will be only kind of like Priyanka also mentioned. One thing is a very basic thing is getting good sleep and not having, in a sense, anxiety about the money for a longer term. And if you are having that plan, then there will be, I personally feel ki there will be a good chance that you will take good decisions also, or more effective decisions in your career journeys, or in your any other financial expenses or any other thing. I rather also think ki even I was just connecting my own career or my own kind of a domain with this financial planning. So there is a huge kind of a movement around self-help groups in a sector where I work. So I think that is also one part of this whole journey itself. If we do a saving, and there are many places right now also in India where most of the times, because SHGs are related to the women empowerment part, many of the times women are only doing a saving of 10 rupees or even 50 rupees or 100 rupees right now also in a month. So this amount might be very small, but their corpus is so large So I think these institutions or these even collectives also think from this perspective of financial planning, because many times they also have a good kind of a goal of doing some business or any other thing. For social sector people, I would say, even though you are doing any kind of a job or any kind of a, you are running your own NGO, I think this is a very important step you can actually take for your own safety, for your own kind of mental health, so that you will not feel anxious about it. Because I know many people who want to take little bit offbeat decisions in their life. They want to take, okay, chalo, I want to go beyond my comfort zone, and there most of the times the only anxiety comes here is, oh, I don't know, but if I can get the salary, or if I can get the specific salary again in my whole career life. I think that point is very crucial in anybody's life. So for that particular jump, for that particular good sleep, I would suggest ki anybody should do this. Uh, I would say ki there is no need of med. I think you having a lot of money, it's not about that. Rather, whatever you have, you should plan, and that's why. I think I just wanted to also highlight here ki we also got more and more clarity about our own goals in this whole journey. Because the whole journey was about reflections, na? So I think that is also important for anybody. It's not only financial journey, rather it is rather than more than financial journey, I would say. It is more than that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something I can share.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely a very superb insights to learn from you and your journeys, charting very different paths in your careers, as well as coming to a kind of a place where financial planning has helped you to move away from that uncertainty to more of a confident, so that again you are able to take much more uncharted territories, maybe follow your passions, follow your dreams, without being worried about all your finances. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for this time, and we hope that you have a much better financial well-being and you are able to chase your dreams for the rest of your lives. Thank you. Thanks a lot.